Indie Music Live, episode 88. It's double eights. It's keyboard night here. I gotta tell you that story later. Anyway, what's up, Dave? How you doing this evening? It's Mr. Dave, the Fog Machine Werba, here with me on Indie Music Live. We've been doing this show for 88 episodes straight.
That's it? You just hit a wall in your chat. No, I'm happy to be back. It was had to miss last week because the Music Economy crowd sale, which I can kind of update in our news section tonight, but glad to be back. We got some awesome music tonight and amazing featured artists. So yeah,
everybody that's walking in, say hello, invite your friends, let everybody know that we're on the air. Let's see, Leah Mita is here, Phil Salamone, Michael Perry, Dennis Halsey Brook. Got some irregulars, if you will. Not to say that you're irregular, but some non-regular people. Good to see you. In this show, if you haven't been here before, we like to talk to our audience. We like to hear your opinions on the music and what we're doing, how we're looking. If I have a booger in my nose, you can feel free to tell me. It's all good. Because I was picking it earlier, so I probably had a little leftovers sitting somewhere. So, we got some, like Dave said, we got some great music tonight. We have some music news. Nadira Noorjahan was supposed to be here. I don't know where she is. I hope she's okay. But we had a plan for her to be our special panel guest. Everybody knows her well if you've seen the show before. So hello, everybody. Like I said, share this video out. We're going to go ahead and start with some music. So this group's a little heavier than you're used to on the show, but like we're indie, we're not genre specific, but we're independent. This is the group From the Ground Up with their song Peaks and Valleys. Dave, you used to sing for a band like that, didn't you?
Yeah, in another life, man.
That was From the Ground Up with Peaks and Valleys. I want to welcome some more people here. Michael Andrews here says, thanks to everyone for coming out. Can't wait to hear that Joey Mafia. Oh yeah, Michael, you're the dude that manages Joey Mafia. Cool. Calamari's here. Always good to see Calamari. Michael Elliott is here, and Calamari says that's a cool song. I agree. This is right up my alley. Those guys have a lot of emotion, a lot of strength, a lot of power in that song. Dave, don't you? This is your kind of music, isn't it?
Man, that was like a machine gun, dude. It was just like, you know, I was thinking of 1930s Al Capone. Machine gun just shooting up the Joey Mafia right there. But yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, this is not my thing, but again, you have to respect that. It's this type of music, you got to get it. It's got to be done well, or it doesn't work. I mean, it's real mathematical, and it's got to be on. It was kind of interesting. There was like a little bridge, in the middle where I was almost feeling like a little Blink 182 for a second, and they would probably hate that. They would probably hate hearing that, because that's
not at all what I heard.
know, just for a second though, because like all I'm saying is that he has a decent singing voice. It's not just a lot of bands in this style, like that's all they do is scream, and they never like sing in a melodic, manner or anything. But he kind of just showed a little of that, like he has that skill. And I think that's cool to kind of just bust into that at points in the song and then just go back to the hard stuff. What do you think?
Did you hear about that lady? Have you heard about that lady that's the vocal, what's she called? The vocal coach to the hardcore bands?
No, I never heard of that.
So there's a technique to the growling, and the screaming and stuff. I was actually in a band like this back in college, and I sang for the group. And all I remember is it's I would be able to do it without, as they say, making my throat bleed or even losing my voice. Back then, my voice was a lot stronger anyway, and I had practiced a lot with like different techniques on how to do that. So there's a technique involved. It's not just screaming. It actually is singing. It's just a different type of singing. But people who don't do it or aren't into the genre, it's hard for you to hear that or understand it, because it just sounds like screaming to you.
Mm-hmm.
But it can be very melodic. So I really enjoyed those guys. You can check them out. They're from the ground up. They go by FTGU, I think, something like that, the abbreviation of their name around on Twitter and stuff. So check them out. We have a cool featured artist who I didn't realize was Scottish. He's coming up in just a minute.
He's not Scottish. He's not Scottish, Joe.
What?
He's not. Yeah, go ahead, man.
What is it?
He's not Scottish, dude. It's fake.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're tripping me out. You're worrying me. Anyway, he's coming up in a few minutes, but we're going to be listening to one of his new songs. But first, it's time for some music news.
Do 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 do.
Dave thinks that transition is too long. Let me know.
Way too
in
long.
the comments. But I'd like to see him make one, right?
It'll be done within 10 minutes of the show.
Yeah, right. Anyway, so thanks for the big arms up, Calamari. Michael Andrews says, really dope show, guys. Thanks for putting it on. Yeah, definitely. This is what we do. We're here every week, every Tuesday. Share this out. Let your friends know. Send them a message. Share it in groups, all that good stuff. But first, we're going to talk some music news. Excuse me. So if you guys know about YouTube Ripping, the YouTube Ripping site, it's called YouTubeMP3.org, I think it was, or .com. Anyway, they were taken to court, kind of like back in the Napster days. But according to the final judgment filed at the District Court of Central District of California on Friday, it's the end of the road for the site, which has over 60 million users a month. And yes, it is YouTubeMP3.org. So the owner, Philip May, I'm not sure how to say his name. You know how good I am at saying names. Mate Sans. He's been ordered to pay all the plaintiffs a fee, which I'm assuming is not going to be cheap. And he's also been ordered to transfer the domain name. And he's legally, this is the kicker, he'll also be legally banned from any form of future copyright infringement involving the major's repertoire, as well as knowingly designing, developing, offering, or operating any technology or service that allows or facilitates the practice commonly known as stream ripping.
Yeah. Kind of interesting. I had never heard of this site until the past couple days. It's YouTube-mp3.org. Yeah. But I mean, wow, 60 million users a month for it. Never heard of it, but obviously we've talked about before. I mean, people are always trying to get free music anywhere they can, and people been able to like rip YouTube videos and audio just with software on their computer, like cheap software. I'm sure there's free stuff out there, but they're always trying to do it. Yeah, and it's interesting because you always kind of, the checkpoint with all this stuff is like, you keep an eye on like Spotify, Pandora, and everything, and the stats of how many people are paying per month for a subscription. And so it's not like that starts dropping and the ripping rises. It's like they both rise. So it's just like it's kind of like two different communities. It's the people that feel the artists deserve to be paid for what they've created, and they're happy to pay their $10 a month. And then there's the people, it's like, hey, I don't even want to pay $1 for a single song. I want it all free. Fuck them.
And the astronaut says there are more better sites to do that with, which I've never heard of this particular site either. And I actually use those sites every once in a while for specific reasons. I don't go just yank music off of it. I use Spotify, which you can say is good or bad either way too, because they don't pay their artists anything, but that's a different story. But so I'll use Daniel made in our green room, which we're going to be talking to Daniel here in just a second. But he was saying about how it's sort of convenient sometimes too, because he's even yanked his own videos off of YouTube, like on his phone or whatever, So like I've done that same sort of thing. Instead of having to go to my computer and find it, I'll just go to YouTube and just, download it. I did that when I made our highlight videos. I downloaded all those videos just to make it easy on myself so I didn't have to go searching for them. But
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking, I wonder if we should like have a special roundtable edition of a future show just to talk about this a little more, man. Like what more people feel about just, do you think it's okay, like to rip it? Like if there's software to rip music for free and get music for free on your computer, is that, regardless of how you do it, do you feel it's okay? Do you feel it's okay that the artists make $0 on your enjoyment? Like they created this art for themselves, for the public, for the world, and you're enjoying it, and you're not even contributing like 25 cents to them.
Well, maybe that's something that you can talk to Daniel about in your Deeper with Dave segment.
All right.
But let's keep moving though. Yeah, I've been thinking about starting some sort of a roundtable thing again, not as a professional produced show, but maybe as like a Google Hangout or something once a month or once a week or every other week or something. But that's something to think about. Let us know what you think in the comments. We have some more people joining. The astronaut says, I don't do videos. I rip it to MP3 to put them on my show, but I don't share these files. Yeah. Calamari agreed with something we said. I don't know why he would agree with anything we have to say, but anyway, Dave, give us a little short update on the Musiconomy crowd sale that you had last week, because that's why you were gone and you were getting all massaged because you're like getting rich or something. I don't know.
Oh man, it's I mean, we started talking about this going back to the spring, and we partnered with MusicCoin in the spring, and we were, they had a beta platform that we were kind of testing, like streaming on the blockchain, which was the first operational project that did that. I ended up taking a role there. I was like a growth hacker and then became CMO. And so what happened there is like,
is that chief meat orderer? Is that what that is?
Yeah. Hey, you got it, man. You're exactly right. And then like most of the team, we decided to branch off because we got the opportunity to partner with a venture capital company called Co-Found It. And so we decided to start building Musiconomy, which is not just streaming, it's just like the entire vision that the whole team had, which is the full global music economy, like, ticketing, all these different features, podcasting, allowing music fans to also enjoy like the growth of each artist. They could actually like earn cryptocurrency by supporting artists, and podcasting feature that we were just starting to test at MusicCoin. And a whole bunch of other things, like even like the ability to create an embedded player if you're a fan, and like put it on your website and actually like earn a percentage of the song's revenue by doing so, and also like earning by sharing on social media. And also even like banners that you put on websites where if you want to promote a certain artist, the code behind the banner, if people click it, it's almost like AdSense. You can earn cryptocurrency by doing so. So we had this, and that's just really scratching the surface. We had this like really big vision, and by partnering with Co-Found It, we were able to do that. And it was a long summer, man, like just insane hours preparing for this. But yeah, just a week ago, like it was during the show last week, we finally did this crowd sale, and we raised 6.8 million in 2 days.
Yep.
And it was, I mean, it's just not to, I
That's
don't know.
pretty badass.
Yeah, it's still kind of surreal. We've been in fight or flight mode for like months. And then the next day I was still there. I was still like, wait, are we okay? Is everything okay?
You're just literally sitting at your desk going,
I was just like, almost like rigor mortis right there. I was just like frozen the entire week, but no. So yeah, I'm proud. I'm super excited because that's a stepping stone for so many of these ideas that you and I have talked about, man. Just like the vision, even of Indie Music Plus, because Indie Music Plus is going to be part of this whole ride that we're going to go on, and it's going to be like realized mostly through Musiconomy TV, which is a new network that I'm kind of doing the groundwork on right now, but also as a partner for these features like the token utility that I just explained, like banners and embedded players. We're like, our blog, indiemusicplus.com, is going to be one of the first iterations of that usage. And we're going to be onboarding independent artists to this platform and educating them on cryptocurrency and the blockchain. So it's just cool. And this show, Joe, is going to really expand, dude. Like we're going to do so much more with indie music live. And
cool.
Yeah,
so we've lost about 30 people since you started talking, so I'm going to cut you off.
Yeah, I can go on, but yeah.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I just wanted to get a little update on it, but we'll be talking about it more and more over the next few months and stuff. But now I want to bring in our featured artist of the night. This guy is from, what is it, Antarctica or something like that? I'm not really sure.
Close.
Daniel Robinson, how you doing this evening? You're in California. You're a Scot. What do you call yourself?
I'm a Scotsman.
A Scotsman, thank you. I was going to say a Scotslander, but I knew that wasn't right. Anyway, so you're the featured artist of the week. You had submitted some music. You do like mainly covers, but you do original music as well. So you definitely were qualified to be a featured artist, and your music's amazing. I always tell people, the featured artist, that I have you as a featured artist because I liked your music. Somehow, some way, you moved me at some point when I heard your music enough to make me get in contact with you and schedule your interview, and you'll get a blog article on the website and stuff. We'll be promoting your music for a few months until just the article gets stale or whatever. But so I want you, the thing I always do before we listen to your song is I want you to kind of give your spiel that you would give somebody if somebody walked up to you on the street and said, "Oh, what's your music sound like?" And then tell us about the song Little Birds. We'll listen to that and we'll come back and get deeper with
Dave.
Go ahead.
Awesome. Hey guys, happy to join you, be on the show tonight, and it's fun to hang out. So how would I give in 2 minutes? Somebody
less than that. Like, just give your 4 or 5 sentence explanation of your music.
I mean, I'm still figuring that out myself.
The elevator pitch.
The elevator pitch. I don't know. I would say it's I try to be, it's kind of cliche, but I try to just be really authentic and raw with my message, and I'm a heart in your sleeve kind of guy, and I try and let my music be that way as well. So, yeah.
Cool. So, give us a brief rundown. What is Little Birds about? What are we about to listen to? We're going to listen to a little snippet.
It's I think everybody in life has experienced a moment where you've maybe got a dream, or maybe you're an entrepreneur, you've got something you want to do, but there's opposition. There's maybe voices, literal voices that are telling you you've not got what it takes, or maybe there's just voices in your mind and in your heart that are saying this is a bad move, you're not good enough for this. So that's what the song is about. It's for the risk takers, the people who do something significant with their lives, and it's just take your dream and go and do something with it, and don't let the voices discourage you. Don't let them stop you from doing something great. So that's
Awesome.
that's really what it's about.
Cool. So we're going to go ahead and listen to Little Birds by Daniel Robinson. We're going to come back, get deeper with Dave. Share this video out, guys. Let us know what you think of the music in the chat. Let your friends know that we're awesome and they're missing out on a wonderful time. This is Little Birds with Daniel Robinson on Indie Music Live.
Looking for adventure, searching for a new route. The voices stood against them. They thought that they were crazy, couldn't figure them out. Oh, there they were, just young birds, looking for adventure, searching for a new route. The voices stood against them. They thought that they were crazy, couldn't figure them out. It was a time to take flight, a time to break out, a time to start a new life. Then this was too small, there was a word to explore. Little birds, it's time to fly. It was a time to take flight, a time to break out, a time to start a new life. Then this was too small, there was a word to explore. Little birds, it's time to fly. There they were, two young birds. They were riding on the wind and rising up above doubt. But there was something inside them. They had the will to overcome and the strength to not break down. Whoa. It was a time to take flight, a time to break out, a time to start a new life. Then this was too small, there was a word to explore. Little birds, it's time to fly.
Deeper with Dave.
Deeper with Dave. Deeper with Dave. Oh, yeah.
Sponsored by
Dave, you're muted.
I was just reflecting on the song right there. So, Daniel.
Oh, that's a classic, just double error right there.
Yeah, just a quick word. I mean, Daniel is a bit of an impressionist. So, in the show thus far, he's been doing an impression of a Scottish man. I just wanted to let the listeners know we gotta let him in on this joke. You know? But anyway, man, this tune, dude, amazing job. This is one of my favorites. Just
Thank you.
It's beautiful, man. This is a real beauty right here. Just the production quality and the engineering and just the mood that you set. It's soulful. It's got feeling, and I mean, you got a very nice voice. I would even crank up the vocals a touch more on this song, actually. Like, yeah, I think they could definitely deserve to be heard just a touch more. But yeah, man, I got some questions for you. Like, let me just kind of set the stage here.
Yeah.
like describe your music life and your like music writing and composing life before 2016.
I'm a music nut. I love it. I live it. I breathe it. And you know, I've come to realize that if I'm not creating something, I'm not the healthiest version of myself. So I try to carve out, like, even if it's just 15 minutes in a day, I just try and carve out that time just to be creating, whether it's just tracking some piano or something in Logic or even working on a song. So but prior to 2016, I probably was going through a bit of a new discovery phase in my life where I was realizing I actually had desire to write songs. So it's all kind of new for me.
Okay, so you in 2016 you made this decision and you wanted to start writing about your life, like just what's inside you, just like your personal thoughts, your feelings. Like what moved you to kind of do that? I guess, like what moved you to make that decision to kind of like open up your inside to the public?
Well, honestly, I grew up in church, and as a Christian guy, and I always felt like I was only, and not that anybody ever told me this, but I always felt like I was only ever allowed to create or make music for within the sort of Christian world, if that makes sense. So in 2016, I just got this.
Let me stop you right there. In terms of the Christian world, in terms of the subject matter, like you felt like you should always be writing about certain stories rather than like your personal experience.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I felt like I only ever had permission to make music within the context of the Christian faith. And so in 2016, I just had this sort of, I don't know what you would call it, just a realization like there's much more. That's a great thing. I love to do that, but there's actually much more that I can do. And I actually just gave myself permission, like, hey, why don't you just start writing songs about your life?
Yeah, so and it's not necessarily
cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers, great topic as well.
So it's not necessarily like you're breaking away from faith, so to speak. It's just more from your personal perspective and like from your eyes, I get, like just kind of what you see. So is that represented like in the lyrics of Little Birds?
I mean, there's different meanings going on in that song. There's different messages in that song, but I guess some of it is like, you know, it's talking about being caged up, you know, and sort of breaking free. So I guess I was breaking free from these walls that I had put around myself creatively, and I was allowing myself to think outside of these walls and say, hey, I can write music in different ways. So
right. So you did a Kickstarter campaign.
I did, yeah.
So that's also can be a little nerving sometimes, just basically like putting it out there like, hey man, I want to do this. This is my dream. Would you guys be willing to support me so that I can make it a reality? So,
and then you make $20.
No, he didn't. No, he went over his goal. So talk about that experience and the decision to do so.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It is kind of nerve-wracking and also like, if people are going to give money to things, you know, why not to help somebody live or get a life-saving, you know, surgery or something like that. So, but to my surprise, I raised the amount that I was needing in half the time. So, you know, I was encouraging because I could see that there was an appetite for you know, to hear my new songs. So, but it was a little bit nervous. I was a little bit nervous because, you know, because the way Kickstarter works is if you don't raise the
Right.
amount, you get nothing.
You get nothing, right?
Or you go to Indiegogo.
Yeah.
Indiegogo or GoFundMe or something.
But okay, so on top of that, so you hit your goal, you surpassed your goal, you got the support you were looking for. Now, this is the interesting part that I'm sure Joe's gonna like, because it's important. It's important stuff, guys. Like, why did you choose the different pieces of like how to apply what was raised? Like, tell people what you used that budget for.
Okay.
Cheeseburgers.
Well, a man's got to eat. So how did I use those funds?
Yeah, so I mean, I could just tell people, like, you chose mastering, CD duplication, marketing. Obviously, like I say that because we've talked about this in our show so often, and we actually have a service. We have like a lower level service, but mastering's important, man. So it's like I'm talking to the listeners and the artists. It's like, you guys just heard the song. Like when you hear the song, to me, it's so obvious that it stands out from others. And that's because you took the time and you went to a professional mastering service. That stuff's important, man.
Yeah.
Like that just makes it so much more professional in the sound.
Yeah.
And like, it's something else we also have talked about so many times is that, like, if you're going to do this, if this is a big deal to you, man, like, do it right. And that doesn't mean spend $100,000, but just like spend enough to make sure it sounds good, because it really makes a difference.
Yeah. Well, for me, like, it's a vulnerable thing to create content. It's a scary thing to create content and put it out there. And I produced the whole thing. I did it all myself in my little bedroom studio, and so you're right. Like, I care a lot about what the final product's going to sound like, and so the budget that I used, the money went to mastering, to CD duplication. I had to carve out some money for making my website, for some graphics. I had to buy some software to actually help me produce it. I needed some upgrades there. Gosh, what else? I had to pay my friend in Scotland to mix it. You're
sticking with that story? You're still Scottish? I mean, come on, man. No, I'm just kidding. No, why don't you tell people where they can find you right now? Like where can people listen to your music, and where can they follow you on social? You got social media channels and everything. I want to just kind of tell people, maybe give some shout outs of people that have helped you on the project.
Yeah, so my friend Samuel Gallagher, he's a mixing engineer from Scotland. He's a real talented guy. I had a friend who did the artwork. His name's George Perez. He's a local friend here in Fresno. My music is it's everywhere: iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, all the Amazon and Google Play, all the digital stores. So would love if you guys would head over to my Instagram channel. Dan Robinson 30 is my username, and the same username for Twitter as well. And
Perfect.
I'm also a big YouTube guy. I upload content on YouTube fairly regularly, and so you can find me over there as well. Just search my name, Daniel Robinson, to find me.
Awesome, man. It's a pleasure having you here tonight, man. That was nice chatting with you. Oh, one more thing. You actually did a song with Isabeau, which was a past featured artist of ours, and
I did, yeah.
We just found that out yesterday, and that's super cool. We didn't even know about that. So
yeah, she's awesome.
Cool, man. All right, so moving on. I'm probably supposed to say the next song right here, Joe.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the TPS reports to come through. But all right. Yeah, so next song we're going to play right here is Reaching Out by The Wilderness. Did I do that right? Or is it backwards? There you go.
Oh.
Take your shoes off at the door. Don't say a word. No need to convince me anymore. I'm stumbling over the clothes on the bedroom floor. Reaching out in the dark, but what am I reaching for? You're breathing in. Feel your exhale on my skin. Start sinking in. Did we really do this again? And I never thought this would happen when we met. You make it so hard for me to forget. I'm finding hope when I need it most. I was all alone, but I have my cause. I'm reaching out, my love. Don't cut me off. This is all I want. This is all I want.
Buddy, Indie Music Live, episode 88. I am JoJo Keys. Juan's in the house. Mike Vandelay was here. John, Jeff Branberry, Calamari, Danny Robinson just got off the show. And Leslie Annette just said she caught the tail end. So thanks to Danny Robinson. Great music. What'd you think of this song, dude?
I got a bunch of thoughts on this one. There's like mid 90s kind of pop rock feel, like little Toad the Wet Sprocket type of vibe. I thought the vocals were really, really good. Like awesome voice, nice harmonies in the background, nice beat, nice song. There was some I had some issues here, man. I think it was a little choppy. There's definitely some times where it's a little choppy. You know, I spent some time trying to deconstruct why. And I think it was like the drums are really busy. They're really busy with the hi-hat, you know, throughout the song. And so is the guitar. So the guitar, the lead, the rhythm is really busy. The drums are really busy. And if it's not perfect, it sounds choppy at times. And I think that's what happened here.
Sure.
I would definitely spend some more time on engineering the guitars. I think he's a good player. Like the parts are good, the leads are good, the melodies, it's all good, but like the reverb, the effects, just the way it was kind of engineered in the mix, I think needs a little work there. And then this song's solid. What do you think, man?
Yeah. Good stuff. Calamari says the lyrics truly take you on a journey with him. Cool song, great stuff. Juan says cool track, and Juan also agreed on your influences. I didn't have time to refresh on this song, so I don't have much to say about this one tonight. There's a reason
That's
why.
it?
What?
That's it?
That's it.
All
Actually,
right.
I have to pay more attention. One song that I do know that I like is the one that's coming up next. I actually booked this fine lady as a featured artist coming up in the near future. Sabrina Fallah. She's a good singer. Good song. Song's called Kiss a Killer. We're going to just keep going down the songs real quick here. We got a couple left. Indie Music Live. Share this out. Let us know what you think in the comments. Go ahead, Rob.
I knew I'd have a bed from the first day that I met you. I have a thing for fast machines, ripped up jeans, and black art tattoos. I just had to try your lips. That's where all the danger lives. Sugar can be poison.
Indie Music Live, episode 88. David, you have a special message in the comments from Christy Lynn.
Is that my hairdresser?
I don't know. She said, David, great meeting you today. Awesome page and music.
Oh, no, yeah. I got a hair experiment today, and my hairdresser said she'd be showing up.
Oh, is that really your hairdresser?
I think so. Look at what you have created. I mean, look at this. But
oh, that's awesome. So yeah, like I said, this lady's going to be a featured artist here in the near future. So we'll be talking to her. That's Sabrina Fallah, their song "Kiss a Killer." This song sticks out to me. Kind of reminds me of like Pat Benatar and Taylor Swift had a love child or something. I don't know. It kind of sounds like a
Taylor Swift.
It's like country and rock, and I don't know. It's good. It's not something that I would normally gravitate towards, but I really enjoy listening to this song.
I took some time to try and figure out. Like, I listened to this a few times. It was cool, but something was missing here. And I mean, it's a nice rock tune. Great song. I think this is my opinion. I think the singer, which obviously it's Sabrina here, I think what I would like to hear personally is just more emotion, like in her delivery, because she has a pleasant voice. She's on pitch. She has a nice voice, but with this style of music, I want to hear her just go off more. So like you said, Pat Benatar, Joan Jett, like I would recommend she just gets a mohawk and listens to them for a week straight to like maybe just create more of an edge in her style and her delivery, because I think that's what I'm feeling here, Joe. I think I just a little more drama, a little more feeling.
I think it's like another 2 months and she'll be a featured artist, so you'll have a chance to tell her personally.
Oh yeah, great. I look forward to that. Yeah.
So this just in. Hold on, the producer's talking in my ear. Oh, we talked to Nadira, and she thought it was next week. So she kind of was funny. I was like, no, reread our conversation. And before I could even type it and send it, she's like, oh no, I just reread our conversation. I was so confused. So anyway, I said that I still love her and she still loves me. She owes us one, she said. So we're gonna make her do something really weird in the future. So anyway, Nadira, Noor Jahan, everybody. All right, next tune. We got 2 more, and then we're gonna wrap up the show tonight. Thank you so much for everybody for hanging out with us. We got some people in here. David's hairdresser, Lincoln Juan, who is in Cabby in the Gene Cabby. So yeah, talk to us. Let us know you're here. Share this video out with some friends. We got Robert Hicks from Hicks Video making us look good as always. Next song is Royal East with Say Hey.
Hey.
Welcome back to Indie Music Live, episode 88. K-Soul says, yo. I say yo. Back to yo. Be Easy was in the house earlier, too. I don't know if he's still here. Did you just see him walk in, Dave? You're not watching the comments, are you?
I don't believe it.
You need to watch the comments more.
Yeah, I'll get there. Next summer. Okay. I'll have it by next summer.
Royal East with their song Say Hey. Robert Hicks of Hicks Video said he likes this song a lot. I agree. It's a very European, almost, Depeche Mode kind of.
Oh, damn it. You stole my reference.
Well, it's not like you have really deep references most of the time, so.
That could not be farther from the truth, man. I have incredible references. Knocks people on their asses sometimes. No, it's nice to see that Depeche Mode. Like you still hear the remnants of it today, and that we're going. That's 30 years now, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's I remember when they were just coming out. I was in high school, late grade school, and so many, the classmates that were kind of like the goth, dressing goth, listening to Depeche Mode, wearing the Depeche t-shirts and all that stuff, and it just definitely brings me back. But man, this song really took a shift. Like it really switched off that vibe like midway through, almost became like a tropical island like, reggae like flavor to it, which I'm not sure if that works, dude.
Depeche Mode and Bob Marley.
Yeah, Depeche to Marley, back to Depeche. I'm not sure if that works. I'm still like thinking about that, but I was digging just the scene that was set when it started. That's just my feeling. What do you think, man?
No, yeah, it was a cool song. I like that kind of thing. I mean, you know, I'm pushing 40. You're over 40. I'm not saying you're old, but I'm young.
But,
But
did you like it going back and forth between genres? Like really?
Oh, like that,
it's
I don't
kind
know.
of abrupt.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on the band and their influences and what they're doing. I didn't really notice that it was too much of a, you know, bad thing for me necessarily. I thought it fit in okay.
Okay.
But I don't really remember. I mean, I don't really have much of an opinion about that.
All right. Well, let's move on then. Jesus.
Yeah, well, geez, Dave.
Jesus.
I'm grumpy tonight. I'm sorry. I'm tired tonight. I'm grumpy. I'm not drinking coffee, so if you didn't notice, I'm a little instead of
Nice.
yeah. So anyway, what did you all think of that song? You can let us know in the comments. Share the video out. Let your friends know that you're here. We got one more tune for the evening. It's of course last but not least. This is sounds a lot like the day in the life of David Werba, from what I hear.
Yeah, it's
Smoke weed, pop pills.
That's an average morning right there.
So the astronaut says, "Show Out" by Joey Mafia, in my opinion, is a jewel. Yeah, I like this guy a lot. As you all know, I pick all the music for the show. I go through every single submission that we get, whether it's free or paid or featured artist or social promo or whatever. Which, by the way, we have all those services available on our website at musicplus.com. But yeah, this guy, man, I love the whole vibe of the track, the jazz hook in the background. It sounds, I can't put my finger on it, but I know that song from somewhere. I don't know where they yanked it from, if they did yank it, if it's just maybe just a good replication of just some other jazzy song. But voice sounds good, the rap's good. I like the production. Just talking about partying, how can you not like that, right, Dave?
I was thinking about like an improvisational rap that happened in an alley behind a circus. That's what I
Is
said.
that all the weed and pills?
No, it was like the bells. It was just the vibe of it. Maybe the picture or something. I don't know what it was that triggered that, but it was just like a party, and they're just kind of in the background. They start a rap, but there's still that music going on from the party. And you can hear it.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I couldn't figure it out either, like the jazz influence, but yeah, it was cool, man. Old school.
Yeah, so like I said, I pick out all the music for the show and everything, and you can submit your music at indiemusicplus.com. Just click around, you'll find where to do it. You can also click. You can also submit to be a featured artist, just like Daniel Robinson was a featured artist tonight. Calamari says that song is like a cool freestyle. So basically, I did scratch my underarm. It was very itchy. Can't believe I just did that. No, you didn't see that. Stop. Okay, we got to go. Anyway, I'm going to bed.
You got to make sure you do it while you're talking and not when we're off camera.
Oh, so anyway. Anyway, what was my point to that? I had a point to that story. Oh, yeah. So if your music makes it on the show, basically it means that it moved me at some point. It made me think that, yes, this is definitely worth taking a listen to, saying something about, putting it on the show. So, and, we really try to play most of the music that gets to us. Of course, there's some tracks that don't quite meet the, the quality threshold, if you will. And that's okay. If you can submit your music like once a month, I think there's on the website, it says please only submit one song every 30 days. So try to follow those rules. Because if you do double submit, I'm just going to ignore it because I've already went through it. It's just a waste of time for me. So, Indie Music Live, episode 89 next week. I'm not sure who's going to be here. I don't have my notes in front of me, but it's going to be an awesome show. You can't wait for it. Dave, what's your final words for tonight?
I'll be there, man. I'm going to show up with bells on.
Ooh, just bells?
Nothing else.
That's
but
disturbing.
Bells to cover my private areas. But yeah, good time. I mean, there were some real nice songs tonight, and yeah, I mean, it continues to blow my mind how much music is getting submitted to us. And
hey, man, we're only 3 months away from episode 100.
I know. That's going to be a party. Rob's going to be
pretty big.
shirtless on camera.
That's pretty big,
So,
as will I. So, and we might actually do it together. Be shirtless together. Anyway, I gotta go. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm saying weird shit. Anyway, Indie Music Live, Robert Hicks producing on with Hicks Video. Check him out on Facebook and I believe Twitter, right? Is it still Hicks Video on Twitter as well? David Werba, Mr. Musiconomy, the Fog Machine, whatever you want to call him, Granny Panties. Remember we used to call you Granny Panties?
Yeah, I mean, it still comes up. But
All right, we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching, everyone. Peace.